on ESPN. It has been a weekend of dominance in a season of greatness for the Florida Gators. Back near the top of the SEC, looking for a sweep of Kentucky with Aaron Koppel's Wildcats trying to salvage their first win in league play. Kentucky and Florida. Rachel Lawson wanted to get somebody on base in front of Koppel. Smith's done a great job of doing that. This one is put in play finally, right at Leah Williams at second. 8 pitches, 1 out to start the game for Keegan Rothrock.
Still put up those home run and RBI numbers.
Koppel, they've just gotten grazed by that pitch. 72 miles per hour. She certainly didn't hesitate. And Aaron Koppel is hit by a pit yesterday, Allie Hutchins. And a ground ball here took an odd spin off the bat. Wallace's throw is a little bit off the mark at first, but Ava Brown comes off the base to slap the tag on Allie Hutchins. Hoping she'll be back next weekend, but she has missed this series. So Plott's back in the cleanup spot. And there's the first swing and miss for Rothrock.
Is pretty much exactly the same. Her batting average stays pretty much exactly the same with 2 strikes. She has such a good eye in that high on base percentage because she's just so picky for, and they challenge a pitcher to bring it on the plate.
Wallace going to go ahead and take third here on ball 4. Kentucky did not seem prepared for that possibility.
Up out of your squat and catch it.
Erickson slashes one the other way for a base hit. Smith with a bobble. Otis was going to stop at third. She'll score instead behind Wallace, and 2 come in on the opposite field single from Jocelyn Erickson.
And Jocelyn Erickson yesterday was so good on the outer half. She got a hit off of a pitch that was about a ball off the plate, and she just does it good. Again, such great plate coverage on the outer half. And then continuing to talk about Kentucky just being a little bit off. You see the
none have been terribly effective. 3-2 from Vickers. And with Erickson on the run to second.
Zone well.
Walsh with a pop-up into foul ground, and this is caught by the first baseman, Barzilari. Nicely tracked down by Lauren Bord. Up and in, got her. She gets drilled. Bailey got her, the designated player. The first year. Brown with a fly ball golfed into right field, and that will do it for the Florida threat in the first. Only you see it was April 3rd and 4th, 9 years ago, when Florida last turned the trick. Up and in from Keegan Rothrock. That's another hit by a pitch. That one, or was it? Lauren Barzilari is.
She is 4 for 5 on her challenges. We'll add another one to it.
Man in the world?
No.
Do you really not know that? Here's a bunt laid down by Barzilari. She's out at first. How do you not know the Dos Equis guy?
I don't know.
Do you watch TV? All right, let's move on.
Low and inside to catch that one. Not easy to catch at all right now for Jocelyn Erickson with this lack of command.
4 straight out of the zone. The pinch hitter Hamilton walked. Hamilton behind her at first. And Nesby with a chopper to short. Wallace will look at the runner at second. And the throw is, let's see, it is ruled in time at second base. Very close. And here's a 2-out bunt laid down by Tobias. And Tobias is out at first. Reagan Walsh with the play down from third. Which for some people, she seems like absolutely the right choice right now as Williams smashes this one inside the bag at third and fair. Mia Williams, a freshman, is having her breakout series here at the end of March.
Her coaching staff and get to give back to the younger players.
Falby keeps this one fair. It's off the glove of Smith with a lunging attempt. And Falby hustles into second base.
Ball low like Vickers just did with that last pitch.
Bounce to the right side from Wallace. She is out at first base on the throw from Tobias, but she does bring in the third Gator run. Williams scores from third, and it's 3-0 Florida. So, a quick review goes the way of the Gators. And up that 667 average with runners in scoring position a little higher.
Back at the end of last season, you saw the type of pitcher that Stephanie Schoonover can be in the circle, All-American-like.
Down and in, Wallace takes second. Round 5 a game. Up and into Otis, and she is hit by a pitch. So the second Gator to be hit, the fourth player to be hit.
And I just had these images of Erickson handling that pitch. I'd go low and in.
Low and away, she handled the pitch again. That's twice in the game that Erickson's knocked one to the opposite field. It is 4-0 Florida, and Jocelyn Erickson has drove in 3.
That's why I wanted to say their knees, even when it is about a ball or two off the plate. That is not a bad pitch location at all whatsoever, and she's still able to go down and get it. Both of her hits in. I feel like they've answered those questions for sure this weekend and the past couple weekends.
That one squirts away from the catcher Hamilton, and Wallace, always alert on the base paths, takes home. It's 5-0 Florida on a wild pitch from Schoonover.
Not every day a pitch goes outside and then bounces a complete opposite way behind the catcher.
Well, Katie Kistler's thinking, did you have to drop that? You took away my RBI. Would have been
the RBI in this series for Reagan Walsh.
And down she goes, Stephanie Schoonover. Right there again, and strike 3 looking. And Brown blasts one into center field, and it is caught by a diving Nesby to end the inning. Vanessa Nesby, who all-time series 59-17 in favor of Florida, one of the great programs in the country. And they're certainly looking like it again after a down year in 2023. Skylar season ago. Koffel is hit again, and this one looked like it got her on the kneecap. Man, oh man. And 1-on-1 out, Allie Hutchins puts a fly ball into left for Otis. Seems like a very complex display of hand signals. Off the end of the bat, Peyton Plotz will pop it up. 3 outs, all in the air this inning.
20 top 30 RPI, and their RPI is going to continue to be raised too, and their strength of schedule.
Mia Williams down swinging, and it's the 3rd strikeout for Stephanie Schoonover in 4 batters.
Different feel, different looking team than what we're used to seeing.
Up and into Falby, she is hit, and who hasn't been at this point?
Her shoulder saying, I got your back.
That ball drilled to second. Reisner, the new second baseman, gets the lead out at second. Wallace is safe at first. Remember, Florida challenged in the 2nd inning. Wallace was called out on what was overturned to an infield single. Wow, so 2 very, very close plays have been.
Naya and also Chelsea Dobbins.
Up the middle, that's through. There's the first hit for Kentucky since the 1st inning yesterday. Lauren Borzilleri in the right field. That's caught by Kistler. We'll try to double up Lorsing at first. First inning yesterday afternoon. Off the end of the bat, Kistler again for out number 2. And 2 quick outs at that.
Difficult when these hitters start to have 5, 6, 7 looks off of you within 48 hours.
Vanessa Nesby lays down a bunt that hit the bat. That's foul. Branded 12 in the series, only scored 3 times. Another 2-2. Nesby puts it in the air. Right center field, down for a hit. Kistler with a little bit of a bobble, and Nesby will get into second base.
In center field, you see that area, and that's actually Kendra Falby over to the left side of second base, and Nesby able just to bloop one in there, and that triangle spin and her movement, how tough she is to hit.
Reisner on the ground to short. Skylar Wallace will end the inning. The first hit for Kentucky in the game. The first extra base hit for Kentucky in the series. The SEC tournament is in Auburn this year. Ground ball to the left side from Otis. He's retired by Schoonover, who's done well in relief. Two strikes and Erickson here. To the right side and retired by Reisner. By the way, it is.
Try to get swing and misses, outs.
There's another one. Perfect fourth inning for Schoonover, who has been the much-needed stabilizer.
Temperatures, windy weather there.
Riley Smith elevates the ball to center field. Kendra Falby's underneath it. Smith is 0 for 3.
First place vote.
Tennessee and Georgia had 6 each. 3-0 swing away. Line drive out off the bat of Koffel, who figured, I'm going to stop getting free passes. Picked to finish 7th with, again, that one strange first place vote. It's a fly ball from Hutchins. And a diving catch by Falby. Just had to keep coming in time in 18 years with a loss. Schoonover will face Reagan Walsh here. First pitch swinging and a looper caught at short by Koffel. Walsh is 0 for 3, and Schoonover second in on base percentage, only behind Oklahoma. Strike 3 called. Couple of called strikes there from Chris Neighbors behind the plate. Schoonover frees his guy. Again, had an arm injury. Had to come back from late in the year. Full strength in her pitching arm this year. Ball hit in the air to right by Brown. Schoonover with back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, and out. Stay in the game, 1 and 2 for Plotz. That ball belted off the third baseman Reagan Walsh. Peyton Plotz with a leadoff single. 3 and 2 for Lorson. That pitch is inside, as the last one was, clearly.
Yes.
So Grace Lorsing has reached base twice via the free pass. She has a hit. She's been on all 3 times. And here come the Wildcats. 2 on, nobody out. First pitch strikes for the freshman. Borzilleri in the air to right center field. That ball is well struck. It's off the very top of the fence. And there's a little miscommunication now as Borzilleri hustled back to first, and somehow
That might lead to Ava Brown starting to warm up in the pen.
Hamilton chases strike 3. 3-0 to 3-2. Rothrock. It's Nesby to pop one into left field. Otis staggers into the catch. And Kentucky gets the first run and nearly runs itself out of the inning. The play was at third.
Florida always looking to play ahead. Good communication. Of course, Jocelyn Erickson has such a good arm. Fire tag at third base. That was close.
I wonder if he was appealing that. Umpires say no go. A run is in, and only one at that. As Kistler comes on to make the play, Reisner flies out. Kentucky breaks the shutout, but followed by a double play. That's going to be a base runner, though. Mia Williams is hit. 4th time a Florida hit batters. Full-on brawl. We're not actually advocating for that, but there goes the runner Williams, and she is safe at second base. Another steal. Florida's 5th stolen base.
Hitters this weekend have just looked really prepared for the Kentucky pitchers.
Falby down to third. She is out there, and Williams alertly takes an extra base on the throw from Lorson. Here's Wallace. Here's Wallace into right field. On a line and gone. Meet me out in the street. Skylar Wallace with a low laser to make it 7-1 and wake up the dormant Gator bats.
Only swings at the first pitch 7% of the time. That's it. But when you recognize a pitch like that is a mistake out over the plate and probably a Schoonover, knowing the scouting report on Skylar Wallace, I'm going to try to get ahead. I know that she's more patient early in the
percentage and a slugging is still over 900. Still pretty darn good. Bunt laid down by Otis after that. Big ball and small ball for Florida. Corby Otis.
Hasn't been a lot of power and home run power at all. And then Skylar Wallace, I guess maybe heard us talking and hit a home run. And then right after that, Otis lays down this beautiful bunt. So tough to defend.
2 or more runs this series. Erickson into center field. Nesby goes back on it. Jocelyn Erickson 2 for 4, and there's the second out.
Seems to be very different.
Kistler with a foul ball caught by Lorsing. So no run rule for Florida today, but Skylar Wallace
behind the plate. We've seen a couple of different faces this weekend in the series. Big hole to fill there.
Smith to short. Clean hop for Wallace in the first out in the 7th. By 2 pitches. Koffel hits this pitch into right center field. Shows off the power, but not quite enough. On the 99th pitch, Katie Kistler is there. Erin Koffel is retired. And the 104th pitch of the game. Hutchins on the ground to second, and it's kicked by Williams into right field. So an E4, which has been a rare thing to say for Florida over the years, extends the game for Graham standards. He said it's all about the freshmen who want to get better every practice, every bullpen. One of those freshmen in Rothrock has just thrown her second complete game of the weekend. 26-4 over the 3 games, a statement sweep by the Florida Gators of the Kentucky Wildcats as the Gators take the series finale 7-1, winning their 14th game out of the last 15 in this stadium against Kentucky.